concern, and
Those are
noise
very
pollution will
important
be
things
there.
that you're raising. Very bold point, something similar that I actually wanted to put forth to our next guest who's also joining me on the broadcast. Mr. Shashikant, I'll come to you. Let me quickly pay out this reaction that's coming in by Mr. Avnish Awasthi, who's the Additional Chief Secretary, Home Department of the State of Uttar Pradesh. Let's first listen into that. I'll come back to you.
में एक फ्रॉड हुआ, उसके तहत माननीय न्यायालयों के आदेश के अंतर्गत, माननीय उच्चतम न्यायालय के आदेश के अंतर्गत बहुत सख्त रवैया अपनाते हुए आदेश दिया गया कि इनको डिमोलिश किया जाए। ये डिमोलिशन जो है एक मील का पत्थर होगा, ये दिखाने के लिए कि अल्टीमेटली लॉ विल कैच अप विद एनी इलीगल डिसीजन व्हिच हैज बीन डन इन द पास्ट। और चाहे जितना बड़ा आदमी हो, पब्लिक डोमेन में जीरो टॉलरेंस टू ऑल सच इलीगल एक्टिविटी, ये बहुत जरूरी था। नोएडा के क्षेत्र में हो रहा है ये काम, निश्चय ही नोएडा, ग्रेटर नोएडा, अन्य क्षेत्रों में एक मैसेज होगा, पूरे प्रदेश में मैसेज होगा कि अगर कहीं इलीगल करेंगे तो काम किसी भी दिन नहीं चल पाएगा। इसकी समीक्षा उद्योग विभाग के द्वारा डिमोलिशन की बहुत क्लोजली और पैनी नज़र से की गई है। सीओ नोएडा जो है उन्होंने व्यवस्था बनाई है और दोनों बिल्डिंग्स के डिमोलिशन के लिए हर विभाग को जोड़कर वहां पर पूरी तैयारी कर ली है। मेरी अभी अभी कुछ देर पहले सीओ नोएडा ऋतु महेश्वरी जी से, वहां के सीपी आलोक सिंह जी से, वहां के डीएम सुहास से जो है बात हुई है। सभी लोग मौके पर मौजूद हैं। जिन बिल्डिंग्स को इवैक्यूएट करना था सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से वो भी कर दिया गया है और डिमोलिशन के बाद जो वहां का जो
Mr. Shashikant, I'll now come to you. I'll go back to the point that Ms. Bhardwaj was raising. The fact that why should people who are in cahoots, who are responsible for these two illegal twin towers to have come to this height? We were talking about 40 floors while the approval given was for just 14. This should not even have been there in the first place because this place was actually reserved for a children's park. Why should those people be allowed to go scot-free? Why should we not name and shame those people?
Oh, you've asked a very good question. Thank you and congratulations for asking this question, but I wish that I could pose this question to the Additional Chief Secretary who was there right now. This is the question which he should have responded to. What the authorities were doing all along. The construction didn't start yesterday. It was a green land, a green patch, but still, lots of persons were in cahoots. What action has been taken against them? Have they been dismissed under Article 311 of the Constitution? Will the persons who are suffering right now, it's a mental agony as well, will the UP government compensate for their mental agony? Will the tension which is building up? I wish I could ask this question straight to the Additional Chief Secretary who was there on behalf of the people, not behalf of the channel, because they were just presenting it. But these are the questions to show that they are agitating people's mind. But again, like the man was talking right now about it is certainly an important day, historic day. It is the victory of law, victory of the court, but it's also the victory of the people. It's the people, some of the resident colonies out there, resident welfare associations who had taken up this thing. I'm sure that was they certainly showed guts, and they had guts. I want to salute to them, yes. And ultimately, yes, they have won. But again, the question which goes on, which ma'am was speaking before me, she has absolutely right upon to this question, why all these things were being done. Okay, building is going to be demolished in about half an hour's time. But what about the persons who were behind it? And again, a couple of more questions. Noida is a seismic zone. They are saying it's seismic zone 4. And I was reading in newspapers and that the authorities are claiming that that buildings out there are compliant to seismic zone 5. Who was given the certificates? If this kind of certificate was given that they could build up the 40 stories instead of 13 or whatever the number was, are those certificates given by the concerned authorities that all necessary precautions and the guidelines regarding the seismic zone, because you know that this is a seismic zone and there have been lots of earthquakes and this kind of buildings, and now when it's going to be imploded, I'm sure that, like the man was saying, that maybe there's some kind of, there's going to be a blast, a massive blast, and when there's so much of concrete falls down, I'm sure there's going to be some vibration on the earth. I don't know. The government should go in for the checkup of all the buildings nearby and ensure that when government cost or whatever the cost, they can't care less about that. They should ensure that people are safe, their houses are safe, houses which are all around, ma'am. Thank you.
Akash, I'd like you
फ्रेम
to
क्या
take
दिया
it
हुआ वो तो
from
ग्रेहा
here.
वाला ही है ना, है ना फ्रेम?
Almost. We're standing by
Check 1 2 3
for the
4
go ahead.
check
that
1 2
will
3
now
4
be
check
given
और ग्रेहा
for
का भी आ रहा है ना
demolition
ऑडियो?
in 15 minutes from now.
हाँ तो ठीक
Just
है
take us